Yesterday, the video was on me putting the fiberglass in the places that I needed it. As the videotape went down, I proceeded to sculpt the fiberglass where I wanted it. When I looked at the video last night, the line in the front looked really good. It did. It looks really good now. But my main concern was this lip here, how it hung over top of this. When you could put your fingers up underneath there and it hung over top of that. We didn't want that. And it was like, this doesn't hang over top of that. We kind of see you got a finger going on there. I can lay it in like that. And I can do the exact same thing with this one. This one even might be out just a little bit, but you know what I mean? It doesn't you can't get your fingers underneath the hood now like we did before. And I kept that fix right in there, 40-80, right? 40-80. That's just fiberglass and body fill. So that fits nice. And then we get the fix up in the back here. We got the line, we shoved we just took the fiberglass off, or not much of it, and then we just smeared it in filler, and we did the exact same thing we did before. We just put it in with our finger and put some on the top and sanded it off with a 40 first to get the fiberglass, and then 80 to get the body fill off. So now you can see the fix. That is the fix right there. That's what it consists of, and it's really not that bad, is it? I don't feel like it's that bad. I'm really actually very happy with it because the hood fits really good now, you know, just with that, just doing that. I didn't have to get the welder out, didn't have to do anything. That's what I come up with, and that fixed it. As we continue on, we've been sanding it down with 400. Jolene's been masking it off. You know, this is a paint job, right? We have to keep this in perspective. This is a paint job. And believe me, when it comes time to do the work and paint the car, the body man really keeps it in perspective. It really does, you know what I mean? Because it matters. So as we're doing this, like we're getting it taped off, we're sanding it with 400. You know something? The other day I said that I give up brushing cars. That may be a lie, because as I'm looking at this little place right here, as I'm looking at that, as I'm looking up in here, like inside there, I fixed a few spots here. That's just an 80 grit. This car is a base clear. I have scratched it with an 80 grit there. Put a little spot there, a little spot there, a little spot on the back of the door, ground out a crack. But anyways, as I do that, I'm thinking once I get it all taped off, then I can prime it. Well, I don't know if I want to do that or not. Because once I prime it, then the mist is over the whole car, if you know what I'm trying to say. Once I go, you have to rub the whole car down again. I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to rub it down just once if I can. What I might do is I might mix up some of that primer and just brush it on in the spots. Take my time, just brush it on them in the spots. It'll do the exact same thing. You might have brush strokes in it, but what we're looking for is to have enough material on there so I can sand it down and fix it. So I might just come in with a little brush, mix my primer up, and come in and put a little bit on, wait a little bit, come in and brush some more on, and then I can just fix those places, and then I can leave the rest of the car alone. Then I won't have that big overspray on everything. That's what I'm thinking in my brain. And that would make it a little bit faster than if I come in and sprayed it, because I'd have to go over the whole car again. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see what happens. I may change my mind, I'm not sure, but I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. And if I have to brush the primer on to keep it simple, that'd be the way to do it, I would say. If I get spray and prime, as I get thinking about it more, if I prime this, then I have to cover the hood or cover the engine. You know, I have to get that ready, cut a piece of paper, tape it on, get some tape. If I just mix it up in the can, come over with the brush and brush it on, there's no taping, there's nothing. And I'm only getting the area where I need to get. I'm not wasting a bunch of material. I don't have to go back and rub the car over. I'm liking it more and more, Jim. I'm liking it. I might go back to brushing cars. Anyways, we're going to do the hood. This is the hood here. Bernie's give us this picture, for perspective, what he wants. I told him I do not have all them louvers to do that. That would be a different die all the way up. They were not valuing time like we do now. And that's what I see the difference in. Back then, they do not value the time as the way we do now. Everybody values the time so much. That would be so expensive to make a die for every cut. Have not got that. I haven't even got it's just a homemade louver press, but it's going to do the job. I was given one from a man named Glenn, and I haven't got that geared up yet. I got my friend Earl on that. Earl is the guy that made the first one. Earl has been a friend of mine for quite a while, and Earl's going to make the second one. So we'll see how it goes. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hood off, and we're going to try to punch some holes in it. It's not going to be like that. We're thinking that we're going to have a row here, longer. We'll have a row here and cut it off halfway. So we'll sort of give them that effect by making 2 rows and make it wider at the back and narrower at the front. Narrower at the front, wider at the back. So when we bring this ahead, it'll be narrower at the front, wider at the back. So we'll give them 4 rows, just one will be half as long. One big thing I guess what has to happen is we got to try to cause no damage. Can't cause any damage. That's the thing right there. We cannot cause any damage. I'm going to try to get the hood off. Jolene's going to put the camera down here in a bit. She's going to help me get the hood off. We're going to go over and set it down over there. And then we'll tape up all the stainless. And then we'll do what we got to do to make the louvers come out of the hood. Jolene left that trigger open. Man, that's good of you. I'm telling you. Most I would have taped right over it. Talking with somebody else, I would have. I would have taped right over it. Good job, sweetheart. I'm hoping, Jolene likes taping, so I'm hoping that she likes it so much she'd take right over. Like, get out of the way. I'll tape it. Okay, sweetheart. That's what I'd like. We know how the hood is set. I'm going to take a look at it now. This hood is already, Jolene said, what about when you put the hood back on? Well, when we put the hood back on, we know this is all the way forward, and that's all the way back. And it fits some good. Ain't that a baby? Fits some good. I'm hoping I'm going to loosen this up, and then we can each turn them out with our hands, or you can just hold and I'll turn them out as far as that goes. All right. You want to put the camera down and help me? Let's do it. Let's do it. That damn... You know what I gotta do? Buy some new wrenches today. That ratchet will not go in that socket. And anyways, I'll just get you to hold up on the front here for now. I'll just get this taken out here a little bit and see if I can take it out with my hand. Instead of that. I'm just going to set them right on the floor. Down or up, maybe. There you go. Well, that's going to be some fun chasing them around when it comes time. Oh, I shouldn't have took both of them out. Just let her go there a little bit. Let her go slow. There you go. Not going to hurt nothing. Alrighty, just hold her still there for a second. You got the front? Pick it up. Alrighty. Oh, I want to take it.
You're going to take it?
Yeah. Well done. There we go. Got the hood off. Now, I'm going to wipe it off, I guess. We'll get a rag, some tape. Do we have any tape out, do we? We do now. We do now. I'm just going to tape off the stainless. Just going to tape that off. We're going to have this upside down. I'm mic'd, aren't I? They can hear every whisper. I'm gonna tape this off just because we don't want to cause no damage. Scratch it by no means, or do anything to it, to be honest with you. That's some of the thing that, yeah, that's basically if you're working on someone's car, it's probably the top priority really is to not damage what already is there to get done what you're supposed to do. That's the key. Sometimes that doesn't work out so well. But now, it's true. It's true. I need my glasses right here. Got them in my pocket. It's true. They're not real good, but they're doing the trick today. Don't care if I'm tucking the tape today. Do not care. Reason being is I'm looking for protection, not pulling paint. And I have a reason why I want to put tape on both sides. Come on. And I'll show you. Come on, Chetty. Get the dirt off it. Me and Jolene's going to have to help me. We're in quite a spot back there. We're not punching louvers all the time, but we're punching louvers today. We're punching louvers today, and we had quite a time. We had to move a bunch of stuff, but we got her done, didn't we, baby? We got her done. We got a little bench set up. We think we're going to get her. Jolene's going to have to help me. This is a Armstrong press. Basically, you know, it's all done manual. It's not a hydraulic one. We do not have that. This is a homemade. This is something that anybody that wanted one could make one, and we'll show you here in a second or two. If you want one, you can make one. I've punched many holes and many hoods. I have, and today will be another one. Today will be another one. I really enjoy the louvers. I really do. When people have louvers in their car, I enjoy it. Some people frown upon it, but it's all in preference. We do not want to hurt the kitty. We don't want to hurt the kitty. It's all in preference. I like louvers. We'll have to really make sure and go over it in our head a few times before we start pressing a hole in it. Which way it's going. I have messed up before. I was just going to say, how do I know? Because I've messed up before. But it was on a test panel, so we were good. So, just taping that up. Nice hood ornament, eh? I can start making hood ornaments. Green tape. Draw them out and cut them. Anyways, I'm going to clean this off. So, no fret. We are going to continue this video until as long as it takes to get the holes in it so you can see what it looks like. So we can make one video. So whatever, I'm not going to ask about time, not going to do anything like that. I'm going to finish it or get all the holes in it and show you what it looks like. Hopefully. That's what I'm counting on. Just wiping it off. You know, the old car, she's not that bad at all. You know what I mean? This thing got a little, you know what I'm saying? A little coat of paint on it, I think. I think it's going to be a beautiful old car. Beautiful old car. I've got a good surface. There's a good surface there to sand. There's different textures because of the paint job, but it's a what can I say? It's good. It's got a good surface on it. It's got a coat of paint on it. What I've done earlier is I've cut some strips. And I'll explain that why. I want to thank the guy that bought the cardboard, and I'll tell you why. Because, wow, it's some nice to go over there and just go and pull out a piece of cardboard. Wow. Just, you know, I've always been scrounge, you know. I'd use a piece of sandpaper or a cardboard box or whatever. But anyways, here we go. This is a 3-inch piece. I don't like generally measuring out on the hood. I generally don't like doing that. What I like doing is just having templates to go off of, and it just makes it easier for me. And I'll say the reason why it makes it easier. Okay, that's the reason I'll say it makes it easier, because once I put it on this side, and then I put it on this side, they're exactly the same. Once I measure this side and I measure this side, well then I have a chance to mess up. If I have one piece, right, I can put that along there, draw a line, put over there, draw a line, done. I've made a piece and it accepts. If I've made a mistake, I've made it on both sides equally. So, as I get going on this, if you want to take a look underneath the hood, we really have to pay attention to the under construction of the hood. You know, that means everything, you know. It has the centerpiece where the stainless is running through, and wow, does it have a lot of clips. Anyways, that piece there we do want to interfere. We've got our stainless taped off at the top. We know where it's at. We've got probably 3/4 of an inch over there, either side. What I've done is I've made a 3-inch piece that'll come over about here before we even start the louver. So that's where the louver will start, this corner here over to this way. So we're all okay with this. From the back, we want to make sure that we're not, come too far back and hit that inner construction. We can come ahead a little bit, quite a ways. I'll measure that, and then I'll come ahead and say 1 inch or 2. And that's basically it for that. It's a nice hood to louver. It's a nice hood to louver. And now I'm just going to lay it out, I guess. I'm going to take a measuring tape, measure on the back side how far in that piece is. And I'm just measuring the back inner construction, how far that's in there. So 9 inches would be nice. I'm going to mark it right on this thing. What you're going to do on one side, you're going to do exactly the same on the other. I'm going to put my glasses on and do that again because I really can say that was blurry. Really can say. 9 inches gets me lots. 9 inches get me lots. Maybe that'll look awkward on the hood, I'm not sure. I'm going to lay the 3-inch piece. This is the gap that I want from the center, so the louver will start here. I'll adjust how long they are when I put them on there. This is the louver, so we'll do this. I'm going to draw a line on here and then start taping it off. I like to use the tape when I tape it off so I can see, but I'm going to have to. I'm just wondering if I like the. I'm just looking at this distance here from there to there. I can bring that back a little bit. I'm just wondering if it would. I think the throat of the is long enough. I'd probably like to keep 2 inches away from that. I'd like to keep 2 inches away from that. Nope, I'm going to keep it at 9. That's where it's going. Also, I want to keep it in the flat of the round. I don't want to get down in this part. You know what I mean? You want to keep it in the flattest part of the hood. I like this. I like it. This is what I'm going to do. Put this on here. I'm going to run that along there. I'm going to trace this. I'm just thinking it over in my brain a little bit as I'm explaining it. I have to think it over myself too. I'm just going to trace this out with a marker. Not saying I'm using all of it. Not saying that at all. That's the distance that the louver is going to start. So there's a distance there, then louver. Need that distance. I want that distance for the inner construction of the hood. And the reason I'm using the template on either side instead of measuring is because if I mess up one side, I'll mess up the other side exactly the same. That's basically what this is try to make it exactly the same. Stay. And that means I want it to stay. This is my louvers. This is my louvers. This is my louvers. I probably should have stripped it first. Anyways, I'll draw this out and then strip it. That's what I'll do. Louvers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw it all out. And then I'm going to strip it. And I mean strip it, I mean peel the paint off it. I'm going to have to peel the paint off this hood because when I cut it, I have to cut this with a zip cut. When I cut it, I am going to have to, I can't press it out because the paint will crack and all that sort of stuff. So when I cut it and press it out with the paint on it, I'd have a big job cleaning it. I'll clean it first, press the bare metal, and then we'll go back into primer on this. We'll have to primer this and then paint it. But you'll have to strip the paint off it because we start pressing that press in there, it'll make a mess. I'm going to put another gap in there. So right now I've got a 3-inch from the middle. There's a brace in there. Then this is our louver. Now I'm going to put a spacer in between here. And I'm going to get something for that. I think we'll just use, what I like to do is just use something that's random. Why not? That's random. This is same. So this will be the distance in between. This will be the distance in between the louvers. And then I'll have another set of louvers. Yeah, I want to make this straight. It's been a while. What's that, baby? I just want to get the basic thing going on here. Just a basic square. That's all I'm trying to do right at the present moment. Like I can cut them off wherever I want, right? But I have to have the area marked off. I'm just going to do that anyways. Sand that off. So, this is a chance for louvers, and this is a chance for louvers. When I just write this on here so I don't mess up, you know. For this strip of louvers, I'm going to make a choice how long I want it, and this side of louvers are going to make a choice how long I want it, and then I can get that narrow at the front wider at the back. It's just, I want to place them on there so we do not cause anything. This is a louver. This is a separator. Here we go. There we go. This is just the distance. So I just used a ruler. You know, it's nothing, not creating any magic there. I was just using that to cause a distance in between the louvers. It can be any distance it wants to be, really, if you know what I'm trying to tell you. There's no set. Exactly. When you're doing your hood and you're not, and you haven't got any nerves, well, then you're not really doing your hood, are you? Because you know what I'm saying, it takes, I got this line running up here a bit. I need to straighten it. Just want to straighten it out a little bit, I guess. Make it one line. So we know where to start from. I'll do the exact same thing on this one. Just gonna check this distance out for shits and giggles. 9 and 8. Couldn't ask any better. 9 and 8. 9 and 8. 9 and 8. Hee-haw. Not to use. Alrighty. That's a louver. Now I'm going to, where's the blue thing at? And level over, another good level here. I guess what I'll do, this is what I've got marked off so far, just trying to keep it in my brain and explain it to you. This is a square section where the louvers are going to come from, right here. This is the spot I've chosen. This part here is going to stay. Inner construction's in here, so this part's going to stay. This is a section where I can have louvers. This is a distance in between. This is a section where I can have louvers. Exact same thing mirrored on the other side. So this is what I generally do. I just kind of grab stuff, like I've made that piece of paper, I've used the ruler, I've used whatever, and that's how I generally do it. So I'm going to put my glasses back on. It's worked for me so far, so I just continue on. I don't have to get sophisticated. Just nice if the lines run straight, or not. Don't have to go all the way across on that. You don't have to. So then I drew that line, right? Then I'll just go to the next one, and I'll put this one on the back side of this.
Won't you lose all that when you strip it?
I'm going to cut the line first.
Okay.
And then strip it. Jolene's asking me questions, and that's good. I'm gonna strip it, but I'm gonna cut the lines first. So what I'm saying is that I'm going to come in here with the grinder and zip them lines open, and then we'll strip it. And we'll clean all the burr off. the louver. Now, how many louvers do I want to punch here? Do I want them closer? I wonder. I don't know if that's too far apart. Maybe I should use this edge. One louver. Too far apart, you think? Kind of too far apart, actually. I haven't got a louver piece here, have I? Let's see. We don't get too many louvers in it, do we, baby? Huh? Let's take a run and look on the hood on the Merc and see how far they're apart. Just for, why wouldn't I? Where it's right there, right? See, that's how far apart is that? See, we want it closer together than that on the hood, I would say. That's 2 1/4, so yeah, we want it closer than that. We want it closer than that. I haven't got anything else. I want to take a look at the Merc. We'll take a look at that. What's that? Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna go. Let's just change it up then. I got a ruler over here. So let's go look at the ruler. I'm gonna clean that off. I don't like. It's too far apart. I'm gonna get a rag, clean that off. Yeah, if you don't like it, when you look at it, just back up for a second. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm backing up for a second. And I'm going to make them closer. In something like this, you really have to pay attention because it can be all over with and hurt in a very quick time. Generally, you don't use thinner on paint, but we are stripping this, so right now it does not matter. I wonder what the old car would have looked like if I would have wiped her down with thinner. Looks pretty good. It's coming up, doesn't it? I think it's bringing the shine up. Alrighty. I'm going to readjust that. I'm going to readjust that. I'm just going to grab something different. I like this one. That's nice. Which one you like? That distance apart or that distance apart?
I think that one.
That's how she's done, boys. That's how she's done. That's how she's done. Just like that. So, we did not like how far apart the louvers were. So what we did is we changed our tool. And we're on the road again. On the road again. That was a good show. And the reason being, because it showed all good stuff. That's how you know it was a good show. Right, baby? You ever watch Those Hobo?
Yeah, I think.
Good dog. Helped everybody for nothing. For a little bit of food, I guess. Companionship. Then again, he's on the road again. So I'm just drawing these louvers on here, obviously. Just trying to mirror image the next one. I'm I'm gonna stop drawing them on there. I got one. I don't even have to count it. Just keep going with this one, that's all. And keep going with this one. I think that would look smart. This row will come to here, and that row will come to there. It's not over punching the hood. It's just right, I think. You know what I mean? Bigger or smaller, come to bigger. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with that for now. And if I do not, if I change my mind, or if Jolene says, well, I think you need one more, then we'll go, right? Hey, baby? What do you think? You know I value your opinion. But anyways, we'll just keep going, and then you can say after if you think or whatever. You say after. Come around here and get her a little easier, I guess. Like I did before. And I guess the main thing is try to get it on the line, Can only be as good as your pattern. Isn't that for sure? Can only be as good as your pattern. The birds are chirping. Everybody's happy. Jolene's happy. Made me breakfast this morning. Got me coffee. Love you, baby. Thank you. Thank you for all you do for me. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Appreciate it. I really do. I can go on and on and on, but we haven't got time for all that. I gotta keep my head on this hood is what I gotta do, right? Yeah. That's what I gotta do. I gotta keep my head on this hood. Sort of gotta do that, you know what I mean? That's the sort of project that this is. You have to keep your head on it. Keep your head in the game. Gotta continue on like I did in the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's good to go twice on this, or 3, 4 times, or 5 times, or however many times it takes to get it right. I'm not sure if Bernie has spare hoods or not. Probably not, I'm guessing. Maybe. She got lost up over head maybe. Maybe. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. I want you to take it. I kind of like it. I like it just like that. That's fine. That's good. I'm happy with it. I don't. Yeah. You want to look at it, Steve? I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be fine. The picture shows one louver coming up from small to big. We just made 2 strips. That's all we have. We made it small, and then we added in the back to make it look, whatever. It is what it is, and that's what we're gonna do. Carry on is what you're saying, baby? Get on with it?
We're at 40 minutes.
Oh my.
So we gotta...
We're at 40 minutes, people. I have to get going. Stop yakking and get to working. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this stuff down. Here. Remember that stuff is, do you, baby? I'm gonna have to get a zip cut. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zip cut these lines, and then I'll strip it off, and then we'll have to retake it again. I need the tape. Do this real quick. Get me in a hurry now. I'm in a hurry now. I was told by head office that time. I was told by head office that time wasn't on this one, but that's okay because I understand. This is a trade, not getting paid by the hour. Right? Get to it. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. And this tape is on here for me eyes because I'm coming in here with a grinder and I'm going to cut each line there, and I'm not going to. I'm going to make that a louver, am I? Why wouldn't I? Yeah, why wouldn't I? So this is my guide. I can only cut this line in between the green tape, If I do anything other than that, Jolene, just give me a cuff at back of the head, and that, I'm telling you the truth. Just, you know what I'm saying? No more, no less, just right on the money. 40 minutes. Here we go. Zip cut. I don't want to get rushing too much. I get rushing on this, then that's not. This is not a place to rush. I'm sorry. Yeah, not a place to rush. Here I am. Head boiled away. Coffee. The reason I wanted to mark it off first is because when I cut it with the grinder, it has metal charge hanging off each side. I'm just trying to kind of kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to cut the lines and then strip it because I'll have to get the metal off each side anyways. Also, yeah. What am I looking for now? I'm looking for an extension cord. Right over here would be fine. Plug it in, man. Now, this grinder's got quite a kick when it takes off. I'm gonna put some gloves on. Why not? Because I can. Why not? Yeah. What I should say is, with cutting these lines, I'm going to jump around a little bit because it's going to cause heat. The hood's going to get hot, right? When I'm cutting the lines. So I'm going to cut a line here, go over there, cut a line, go here, until all the lines are cut. All really have to do, I'm saying this as I'm cutting the hood, cutting holes in it, is you really have to pay attention. You really have to pay attention. can get it. Like, might as well make it fall because it's gonna fall. Just gonna go over this side or turn the hood around for the heat. That's all I'm doing. Just for the heat. Nothing else, nothing more. I can keep cutting like a madman if I wanted to, but I'll just go over here for the heat. all cut. Awesome. So now we're gonna peel the tape off and I'm gonna clean them up. See, what happens is we got a bunch of burrs on top of the metal. It actually didn't go bad with the paint stain on there. It didn't go bad at all. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peel the paint around the louvers. We'll re-tape it out in fine center and we'll go punch some out. Won't we? What grit are we going to use to strip that paint off that where the louvers are? What grit?
220?
No.
80?
No. 40. Well, we used the 40 on Doug's car, remember? And that's what we're going to use there first. We'll hit it with the 40 first, knock the paint off, and then we'll hit it with an 80 grit, bring it back up nice, and then we'll go from there.
Could you use the stripping wheel too?
I could use a stripping wheel, yes I could, but you watch this big bad boy go. I got the 8-inch DA. We're gonna strip her off. And what I want to do is I want to keep the stripped area as small as possible is what I'm trying to say. I want to keep the area of the work. I don't want to strip all the paint off the hood. I don't want to do that. I just want to strip the area where the louvers are coming out. Then we're going to try to feather around it to fix it. I don't want to strip the hood. And that's another thing. That's how I'm trying to keep it in perspective. As I strip these where these louvers are and try to keep it in that little area, that's the area I'll have to work and fix. If I continue on to strip the whole hood, then I'm into maybe taking the stainless off and the clip. Nope, not going there. Can't do it. Can't talk me into it. Anyways, I'm gonna turn the air on. I'm not sure if it's on there or not. Nope. Beautiful. Let's get rocking here. The air's turned on in here. Good enough. Get the air right here. Right. So when I'm rubbing this in, this is a 40 grit. Should always put air in your tools before you start. Yeah, you should put air in them and oil. Just a couple drops. So I'm just going to strip the louvers. That's all we really need. Well, we might need a new pad, is not all we need. Stripping hard, eh? See how that's stripped there? Don't like that. No. I guess I have a heat gun. If you get these DAs and you cannot get your sandpaper off, I'm working a little faster because the line got turned up. But anyways, if you want your sandpaper off your DA, the heat gun generally does a good trick. It's stuck on there, we never get it off. You can see how I started there. We're into different colored paints, so she's good and thick on there, whatever color it is. I really never really looked over a whole bunch. I was hoping when I looked underneath it didn't look like any damage. I was praying as I was cutting, because if there's damage where I'm at, you know, the show could be over. Yeah, I'm not saying be over, but it would be a sad moment for me, because it's not just a louver job, it's another hood job. Just some sandpaper. I like using the 8-inch on the DA because the 8-inch covers more space. And what I mean covers more space, covers more area. When I hold it flat, that means I can get a flatter spot. If you know what I'm trying to say, I got a flat tool, I've got a flat 8-inch by 8-inch. You really should be able to get something flat, should you not, if you hold it flat. Got the paint on her. I'm almost ready to get a flapper wheel get on it. And the reason I'm doing it this way, like I cut the louvers out anyways, but the reason that I cut the louvers out and then stripped it is because I want to keep the work area as small as possible. Now if I stripped it, I would have stripped an area like that and then put it in there, I would have had a great big area, but I want to keep the work area as small as possible, and it means that is the less work I have to do to get it back. Back means where I can get it to paint. I remember the first time I got my louvered hood. I bought a louvered hood. I really had to have one. I had a 56 Mercury. I had to have a louvered hood on. Had to have one. When I put it on the car, I felt like it was going faster. I did. It just felt cool. It felt good. I know how Bernie's going to feel when he looks over the hood and he sees the louvers. I know how he's going to feel. And I say that because he wants them. That's what has to be done. I cannot press the louvers out in the paint because the paint will crack and I'll have a mess. Then I'll have to, can you imagine sanding around a cheese grater? Exact same thing. When you go to sand that, it's just going to be just like a cheese grater. And there's no sanding it. It has to be stripped and it has to be clean to work on. You don't understand, it's like your car getting in a car accident. When you hit something, bend all the metal, you'll have to take a look at the paint. The paint's all cracked, it's all chipped, it has to be repainted. That's exactly what would happen there when you started pressing the louvers with paint. filled up for a minute. I've got a DA with an 80 on it. So I got a drill with a wheel on it, that'll work. Switch spirit. I'm right back to you. Two-hour special tonight. 2-hour special. To show you the hood on the car because the hood looked good and that's what I wanted to show you. And we took it off for the video because we want to show you how the hood looked, how it fits. We got a heady over there a little bit. And we didn't want you to miss anything, so we wanted to show you. I got the DA here. I'm just going to have to get some 80 grit stickies. They're in the room here. Now it's a 40-80, and what I'm saying that for is because I'm going to put the 80 on now, and I'm going to polish that metal back up, take some of the scratches out, to make it look like. With you, this would be a very good time to try to feather that paint. After I get them louvers in there, it's not going to be a time to feather What I'm doing this present moment is I'm trying to feather that down, and wow, if there's a lot there, right? There's a lot there. All right, I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to strip the other side, and then we can get in punching holes. Basically, that's it. I'm going to try the grinder over there. The reason I'm going to try is because there's a lot of paint there. And I feel like I might be able to get a little bit more off quickly with one of these. I'm going to try a brand new one. And I would not strip a car with one of these. I'm doing it because we were trying to get the paint off the center of the hood. The reason I'm switching up to this tool right at the present moment is because the paint is thick. I would not strip a car with one of these. I would not. And I'm going to try to get the paint off there. I'm going to stop before I hit metal because this gouges the metal. And I'm just going to plug it in, try to get some paint off so the 40 grit can work a little faster. That's all. I'm going to try to give it a hand.
tried to run it as fast as I could because I didn't want nothing to get hot, nothing to nothing. Going all different ways, just trying to scratch it different ways, that's all. Had a couple real good scratches in there with that flapper wheel and this 40 grit, just keep holding on, it'll polish them out. We're getting closer, baby. We're getting closer. What's the time? What's the time?
1 hour 12.
Got a lot of paint on her, Bernie. Haha, got a lot of paint on her. Sometimes the hood will get floppy on you. This one has not got floppy yet. I'm surprised, but they will get floppy on you. As soon as you start punching them louvers out, tightening things up, she sure does come back in a hurry. Sure does come back in a hurry. I'm gonna grab this D8 behind you because that's probably what we do. Now, what can I say that the metals say? What can I say about the metal? The metal prep for primer is complete. That's what I'm saying, because we sanded it, you watched me sand it with a 40 and then an 80, and now you know that that metal is prepped for primer. Prepped for primer. The rest of it, we're going to leave in paint, because it's got paint on it. all the edges will come off. We're trying to take all the edges off because of the paint, because we do not want to take the chance of chipping again. We'll put new fresh paint on. Once you keep building that up, we know there's lots of paint on the car. And I'll tell you, well, we know the reason why, because we just stripped it. There's lots of paint on the car. And I'm thinking that the rest of it is the same way, if it belongs in the same car. So that's where we're at. What now has to happen is, I'm gonna tape that off. I'm gonna run a little tape on that. I am, on the edge of that, on the edge of that. I'm gonna try and find center. Find center. I have my little strip piece there. Where did I put? There it is right there. This is my piece. Here comes the lines again. Just using it for guide. Just using it for a guide. Actually not using it for a guide at all. It's on the other side. I have to do it on the other side. It's not, because it has to be flipped over for the louver to be punched. Yes, it has to be flipped over. Yeah. Don't need that at all, I guess. I think we can run it in. I'm gonna have to flip this hood over. I wonder if I should just flip it over there and measure center and get it done. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run the hood in where we're going to the louver press. I'm gonna leave this stuff right here. I want a marker, which I got in my pocket. I'm gonna take a tape measure. And that's basically it. Maybe a rag. Need to wipe the camera off, sweetheart? Just give her a wipe off. They don't mind her. I'm going to try to walk in with this hood. So I'm going to walk in with the hood. You can film me or follow me or whatever you're going to do. Now, every time I come in here, I generally got to try to figure out which way I feed it in to get the press to come right. So we want to go this way. This hood, that'll be in the front. The opening will be in the back. We want the opening in the back. We don't want it sucking air in through. We want opening in the back so the heat comes out. And the edge of the line. So we have to go in this way, the wide way. So we might have to pull this out a little bit. Ooh. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do now is, I'm gonna actually knock these off with the sander real quick. We got some pieces of metal hanging down, a little shards. I'm gonna get the 80 grit there and knock them off, or 40 grit maybe. And then I'm gonna find center, because we have a center line on this thing right here. See that center line? Mm-hmm. I draw a center line on this, then we'll know we'll keep them centered, right? That'll be a nice way to do that. You'll be able to keep them centered. And then we'll go for it. But right now I'm gonna run the DA around with the hose. I'm gonna knock them off real quick. And we'll go for it. We'll go for it. So what do you have to do? I'm just gonna run the air hose in there beside you, baby, and knock the heads off that. I'm gonna use the side angle thing here. Got 2 of them, just 3 of them, just in case. Whatever works the best. best probably. I'm gonna run this air. I'm gonna run these tools there first because I'll be in a mess. I ran 3 tools because I don't know which one I'm gonna use right at the present moment. Bear with us, bear with us, bear with us. We're trying to show you as best we can. That's all we can do. And right now I have to unravel the hose. This is part of the process, believe it or not, is making this mess. It's all part of the process. We had to come in here this morning and get the louver press pulled out. It was jammed in there by the air compressor. And that sort of stuff, you know, you have to get it out and prepare for it. We're not doing it every day. So that means that you try to pack it away until you use it next time. And that's exactly what we do. We pack it away until we use it next time. And right now I just need some air in there to clean that off. Metal chairs on the other side. I'll draw a center after that. And then we're punching holes. One press at a time. I'm gonna try this one first. I know this from experience, try to get them cleaned off, because once they're punched out, then you have to play with that cheese grater again, if you know what I'm trying to say. The less you have to play with that cheese grater, once you get it punched out, the better. Take a look at the louver press itself. Like, this is a car bottle jack. You got some hood springs there on the side of it. You've got some basic steel construction that has to be done strong enough to hold your hood. You have to remember the depth of your hood that you want, like how big a throat you're wanting for the hood to get in there. That's basically, it's a homemade thing, and it does the job. What do you do when you want louvers? Right? I'm not the only one, eh? Lay this down. I'm going to find a center for you, but I didn't bring in the ruler. I'll go get it. Right back to it. Does not matter. Going to try to draw a center for you. Two and 3/4. No. go. Yeah. That's not a very good line, is it? Sorry for that. That's basically, you use that line on that line, basically. We should have straight louvers. So, now's the time. So we'll start with this one, the first one out. We'll put that one in, and then we'll just keep shoving it in as we need to go. And here we go. Hood needs to be turned around. Turn around slowly here to cause less damage as possible. And that's basically on our focus right at the present moment. Less damage as possible. If you know what I'm trying to tell you. Less damage as possible. I want to get something underneath that. Hold that up a little bit higher. I just need a few books would be doable. A couple cases. A couple books. You want to help me now, sweetheart? You want to put that down? Give me a hand. Jolene's going to put the camera down and try to focus it on what we're doing. But now is the time for us to do the deal. Now is the time. Doo-doo. Looks good. Looks good. Come on in here, good looking. All right. If I pick the hood up, can you place both those books underneath the foam? Pick the foam up. I need to push this. Actually, just a second. I want to do something else. I want to push this back. You want to hold it for me for a second? Push this over a little bit better. There we go. Bring this center. Now I want to put both books underneath that foam if we can.
Like on top of each other?
No, just lay them out flat. But lay one on one side. Turn the other way, Spirit. Yeah, that way. Lay one the other way. And see if that foam will hold the hood up now. I'm gonna grab the hood. Alrighty. Now, there we go. Now what I'm seeing right now, this is what's gotta happen. We're gonna get a couple in it, but let's be honest, we're gonna have to come out so far. We're gonna have to pull it. We should almost pull it out now, because we're gonna have to go in so far. We're gonna hit this. I'll pull it out now and deal with it. And they'll have to deal with it on the camera, I guess. I'm not sure. But we're doing the best we can do, aren't we, baby? Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we always do. The best we can do. I'm gonna set this here for a second. So what's happening is here we can't get the hood in all the way because of space. Now we're just going to pull this all ahead if we're gonna might rip the light off there, we have to be careful of that. You wanna take that light and hook it on top of the door there, please? Or you can take that light off, as far as that goes. Whatever you wanna do. And then you can figure it out. It's good to have a good helper like Jolene. It's always good to have a good helper. Get that. Can you see that hose goes underneath? Now, go a little further. We're hoping we'll push it over this way a little bit so everybody can see, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna pick your. You just put that in, or you got the other clamp light?
No.
You're gonna need that down here. If you just plug it back, like just wind it up top of the, see the top of the door there? Just undo it, like it goes around the top of the door. There, you got her now, sexy. Dinner. We might be talking about dinner. You know, maybe. Maybe. So, what's gonna have to happen is what's gonna happen is
How did you do that? Twisted.
see how they did it? Where do you want it?
Maybe down here, point it that way. Okay. There you go. Perfect.
Perfect, she says. Now, I need one of these. Which one it is? I need one of them. Just put that here. Now, the open place will be in the back, the flap is on the back, so the open will be in the back. Going up. Following me? The open, you have to get your headspace around that before we do it. The opening's in the back, so the front, the air goes over top, goes along, pulls the hot air out. I know it's slow, but you know what? I can have louvers in anything I want, if you know what I'm trying to say. Alrighty. Yeah, let's get it down a little closer, that's all. It's a pretty way to go, I think. So the basic rule of the game is to get that line centered up, get that line centered up, and push that back so it's on the edge of the cut. You have to line that cut up too. See how that cut's gotta be lined up like that? Yeah. You gotta. I'll show you one first.
Yeah.
Where's my glasses? Should have me glasses. They're there. Alright, now look. This is what we got going on here. The line has to be lined up. What you have to make sure is that die, come up on this side. Come on this side. See how that die? See how it's gotta go in that line right there? See how it's gotta go there like that? Can't go on the other side. That die's gotta fit right on that line. We're going down past, are we not? See how we're going down past now? Can you see how that's going right down on that line? See, and we're past it. So we're pressing out our first louver.
You're going down for the line.
What?
Is that what that line's there for?
Now we'll light up a little further, that's all. Okay, on to the next one. Right, then we'll just line up the next one. See this line here? You gotta make sure that line lined up. See that line there?
It's just the center's not.
Okay, we gotta get the center centered up. Do you wanna do this?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll switch. You do the jacking. So you know how to jack, obviously. This just loosens it and tightens it. Alright, go for it. Alright, slow it for a second. Go for it. Yeah. Keep going. Good. Let it up. Only let it up a little. Now, take this out. Just turn this and let it up a little ways. Just so we can get the next one. Here we go. Let's do the next one. Keep going. Second. Keep going. Second. Go for it. Alright, good, light up. Set up a little ways now. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good, just try that. Here we go. Do the next one. Keep going. Just like go slow. Yeah, go for it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're good. It's good. Got it. Okay, a little further. Yep. Alright, let's do the next one. Slow up. Go ahead. Just a second now. Just a second now. Go ahead. Yep.
Good.
Yep. Up one further. Try the next one. Go ahead. Second. Yeah, go ahead. Beautiful. Good. Go ahead, do one more. Yeah, one more.
One more?
Yeah, better cock it again. Going down. Good. Beautiful. Slow up. Go ahead. Go ahead. Second now. Yeah, go ahead. You got it. Slow up. Go ahead. Go slow. Yeah. Go ahead. The other way. The other way.
Sorry.
No sorry needed, baby. No sorry needed. Alright, go for it. Go slow. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Alright, go ahead. Good. Right here. Yeah, that's good. Let's do another one. Second. Yeah. Oh, a minute. Going down through now? Go ahead.
You're kind of crooked on the line there.
Go ahead. It kind of straightens out on it after you put it in there. You straighten out on it. And kind of the die kind of jams it straight. All right. Yep. It's getting her hold on that one side. Should be on the other side probably, but a little further. A little further. Oh, I got it. Go ahead. Just go slow now. Come in now. Go for it. Good. One more. Good luck. One left. One left. All right, go ahead. Second. There you go. Good one. Good. Let her up just a little ways so I can get her all the way right out. Now what's gonna happen is, can I get you to, I'm gonna get over the other side of this hood somewhere. You wanna hold, turn it for a second. You hold that one. Got the middle? Get the middle is mostly what I want to get. And get on the other side. Alright. Let's go back to the basics on this side. Alright. We can do that one. Let's go ahead. Keep going. Oh, just a second. Go ahead. Keep going. Go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. We got another pump in her. All right, put that off. Go ahead. Keep going. This up. Go ahead. Go ahead, one more. Good luck. Go ahead. What's going on there? You haven't got it tight or something. You haven't got the jack tight. Second, yeah? Go ahead. Go ahead. Got her. Alright. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just slow up. Slow up for a second. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you got her. Yeah. One more. Oh, good. Okay, just a second, slow up there. Go ahead. So keep going, slow. Yeah. 3 more and then we'll show you what it looks like. Show you what it looks like. We'll do one side for you. How's that? Good. That's good, baby. Good. Basically line that line up. Get around the cut. Yeah. It's done now. Nope. Moves around quite easy. You're not in there. Just alright. Go for that, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good.
Just show
Yeah.
this little last bit.
Are you gonna try to show the last little bit?
Yeah.
We got 2 left to go, and Jolene's gonna try to pump and show the process. Actually, I might be able to.
No, it's fine.
Well, I can show the back side how it goes in, but anyways. You can probably show from the side view. Just a sec, hold up. There you go. Yeah. Beautiful. Yep, beautiful.
Good.
Keep going, one more pump. Good. Got one more left and we can pull the hood out, take it out and show a side. Or leave right in here and show a side. Here we go. Let's get the last one on there, chickie. Hold up, sorry. You should go slow, go ahead. Here you go, you got her. Bumper. Keep going. Keep going. All right, get one more and let her off. Yeah, you can let it up a little bit. Why don't you just leave like that, I guess. I'm gonna pull the hood out. We're gonna show you what we can. No damage, remember, trying not to. There's Bernie's louvers. And that's what they'll look like on the other side. That is more than strong now on either side now. It's very hard, very hard. Clean that up. Get a little primer on that. Now they're nice and clean. Metal's prepped. Now see when I was talking about metal prepping it now I don't have to go in there and sand each one of those, if you know what I'm trying to say. And sanding each one of those is not where you want to be, especially on a Monday. So we have the louver on this side. We're going to do the louvers on that side. We will probably try to feather the paint the best we can all the way around, make sure the black marker's gone, and then we'll put the hood back on. He'll have his louvered hood, and he'll be happy with us. Thanks for following, everybody. Like, comment, share, ring my bell. Yeah, thanks for watching. Good job, Jolene.
Thanks, you too.